Hey everyone, welcome to Gargoyles Den. I'm Gargoyle, of course. And today we are going to be doing a nod to Mike Espo. Many of you guys know Mike from the community of Diecast. He, just a few days ago, released a video of him doing one of these cars. It's a 36 Ford Coupe. And he decided to fill in the skirts on both front and back. But the problem was he was having problems making it to where it would roll. It was a non-roller. Well, I'm wanting to do the same thing to this car. It's already got the back skirts. I wanted to fill in the front ones. And of course, make it roll too. So I'm going to try both these today. See if we can get that accomplished. As always, shoulder drilling is my friend. The original persuader here. See if that was enough or not to get this apart. Maybe, maybe not. I have to do a little more on that. Not too worried about the axle, so I'm going to have to replace the axle anyway, so. It's being a bear. Of course, rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to ruin it. Looks like it's loosening. There we go. There we are. All chrome interior. Put the glass in the zip degreaser. Go ahead and get it clean. Obviously, we're not putting the interior in there because it would take all the chrome off of it. Yeah. You know, you see the problem with narrowing this one is going to be the fact that these are both attached right here at the outside edge. In order to get these to go in enough, I have to cut this. So I got to find a way to attach those or to cut around them without, detaching them. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. This one you can see I've already got drilled out. This one we can toss in to the zip degreaser to clean it up. I'll turn on my other light too. Shed some light on the subject, Jim. Alright, now this one, it'll be a little bit easier because it's plastic. Yeah, this one shouldn't be too bad as far as the base goes. Let's go ahead and set those to the side though, and let's start on these. Clean up my mess here too. Hold on just one moment. Decided real quick while I was away that I should probably go ahead and drill these out. I went ahead and drilled the posts out because it'd be pointless to do all this work that I'm getting ready to do and then figure out that I hadn't done the post and blow a post out. So yeah, I went ahead and drilled them. They all came out great. No post repair this time, guys. Sorry. I'm going to show you sooner or later how I do them. So, all right, let's go ahead and see, get a pencil here. Let's make some little tracings of what we need here. let's go ahead and see if we can get them taped onto the outside. I debate on whether to tape them or just super glue them. But super glue can create even more work than what I already have, so we'll see if pieces of tape. You know what? I'm thinking the super glue is going to be the way to go. I'm not going to be able to hold that on there while I tape it. Grab glue here. Now, obviously, we don't want to use a whole lot, so just put a couple dabs around the outside edge. Like so. And of course, because super glue sticks to skin, let's use a set of tweezers to put it on. Like so. And do our quick set. The reason we do it on the outside is because you want that outside as flat as possible. So there's not a whole lot of body work to it. The inside can be all messed up. It doesn't matter. We just grind it down. But we do need this. Instead of Body Putty, what are we using? JB Quick. Jim Silver would be proud of us. Alright, give me this one. Like so. Put a little bit more on the other side too, make it thick enough. You gotta make it a little thicker because you don't want it to pull off when you pull the plastic off. So it's gotta have some rigidity of its own. Okay. On to the second. Alright, we've got plenty of time to set up. Let's see if we can get these pieces peeled off the outside edge, hopefully. Maybe I should have stuck with the blue tape. There we go. Not too bad. The rest of that will get seeded off. Not a biggie. And any imperfections that are left in it, use Bondo Spot Putty. There we go. That came out pretty good. So I need a little bit more work, but it'll still be alright. Cut away from you, Jim, not yourself. Good thing. As I try to cut myself. Alright, so there's that one. Let's see if we can get the other one. Get them off of here. This one's being a pain. There we go. This one's going to need some Bondo. That's alright. Can't have it too easy. Otherwise it wouldn't be interesting. And this is where we ended up. As I said, notice open wheel wells. They're still open to an extent, especially on the black and silver car. I had closed them all the way, but they didn't look quite right being totally closed, so I went back to the 3/4 scoop. And it's still, different than what it was. But as far as the other one is much different. I mean, it was wide open before. And that's the one that Mike was also trying to do. And the best part about it was I was successful. I've got both of them to roll. But Unlike most of my builds, which I try to do within 24 hours, these took a little bit longer because I did a whole lot of dry fitting and grinding and dry fitting and grinding. I mean, to the point where I actually ground through stuff and had to put more of the JB welt back on. I did that more than once, actually. But I eventually got it. I stuck with it and was determined that I wasn't going to fail at what I was attempting, and I did it. So thank you to Mike Espo for the inspiration. Next up is I may try another diorama here soon. Here's me showing you that they roll. Purple and silver one doesn't roll as well as the black and silver one, but yeah, it still rolled. Black and silver one rolled really well. It's got some weight to it, so. Alright, well, that's it for this one. Until next time, that's all, folks. Bye now.